yes for us, a no for us, or a maybe for us.
Cold plunges and just contrast therapy.
Mouth taping.
I think it's a little overhyped if you are already doing it.
Creatine. Is it for everyone? Or is it just for meatheads?
Peptides versus GLP-1s.
Ooh, this is a big one.
Continuous glucose monitors, CGMs.
Walking with weighted vests.
All these things are so great for just your overall health and optimization. But
Welcome to the Higher Form Podcast, where high performance meets real life. We talk about how to grow with intention, lead with clarity, and feel strong in every season. Welcome back to the Higher Form Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about the top 10 fitness and wellness trends in 2025, and we'll dive right into it here pretty quick. I am Nick. This is
Britni.
We're excited to be back and sharing some fun topics with you.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Cool. So we are not going to hesitate at all because we want to make sure we give you plenty of time to be able to get our 2 cents on all these different things that seem to be really commonplace in the fitness industry right now.
Yeah, what you're seeing all over social or people talking about, just our 2 cents on it, maybe pros and cons of it, and whether we recommend it or not.
Correct. A couple of quick caveats before we get started. Things that we always brush the surface with is, number one, this is our opinion on these things. We will try to utilize some science to tell you why we believe in certain things. But at the end of each one of these subjects, we're going to talk about whether or not it's a yes for us, a no for us, or a maybe for us.
Yes, no, or maybe on whether we like it, recommend it, feel like you should be doing it or not.
Cool.
Yeah.
You want to kick it off?
Okay. Topic number 1 is cold plunges and just contrast therapy.
Yep.
So, I mean, you see people doing cold plunges all over the internet these days.
Yep. Cold plunges, cold exposure,
Cold showers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold dips in like lakes and stuff. I mean, I've seen all variations of it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like to say it's about just like being mentally strong. Like, can you do it?
And it's certainly difficult to be in really cold water. We just went and did contrast therapy at a spot here in Kansas City a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time since I've done a legitimate cold plunge. And it was a challenge mentally, for sure.
Yeah, the last time I did a cold plunge was college, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I've done a cold shower maybe here and there, but like an actual cold plunge.
50 degree or less water.
Yeah.
Sit in there for at least 3 minutes. Rock with it.
It was cold.
Yeah.
And it was hard.
So from a mental toughness standpoint, it's great. And I think you have to split these things up into different categories, right?
Yeah, it kind of depends on what context you're wanting
Correct.
to do it, why you want to do it, what
So
it's
we'll start
for.
with the first thing in the morning, right? You
Yeah.
get up, you do a 1 to 3 minute cold shower from the standpoint of like waking your body up and setting your circadian rhythm and getting you more alert and having a dopamine response early in the day. It's great for that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to go sit in like 35-degree water to get that response. Just a cold shower can get the trick. Obviously, the mental toughness side of it, I think you could really over-index on look at how cold it is, and
Yeah.
versus just
Like a
getting
cold
in and
shower
doing
is not going to
something.
get quite as cold as a full-on cold plunge.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, post-workout, this is where it's probably the most controversial.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen talks about, you know, this contrast of, you know, say you're done with a hot workout, or I always go back to football practice and
Like
fall
a
camp
sports or a
sports.
sporting event.
Yep.
Yeah. Where
Or
you're working really hard.
Whatever it is, you go directly from a higher body temp from exercise directly in. There are studies that say that that can blunt muscle hypertrophy and muscle growth because it's slowing down the inflammatory response to send nutrients and blood to help flush out some of those things.
Yeah.
From a body temperature regulation standpoint, though, I think there's definitely some value in that. So this is where contrast therapy, where you go from heat to cold to heat to cold, I think there is some benefit.
Yeah.
Because you're teaching your body how to be able to regulate its natural body temperature. So for example, when we did our contrast therapy last week, it was 20 minutes in the sauna, 3 minutes in the cold plunge afterward. You could repeat that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's just giving your body the chance to heat up, get it in the cold, and then let your body reheat itself after you get out of the cold. So that I think I am more of a fan of. Obviously, mental benefits are there. There's even some studies too when people talk about like body composition with this.
Yeah.
That more increased cold exposure can lead to higher levels of brown fat in your body, which can help burn more calories, but not necessarily reduce visible body fat changes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hit or miss on that side of it.
Kind of depends on what you're wanting to do it for, why you're wanting to do it. If you're wanting to do it for the body composition changes, I think there's a bunch of other things that will help you more than that will. But as a recovery standpoint, depending on, what your exercise was or what you're looking for, I think there's some benefit to it.
Yeah. So what do you give it? Is it a yes, a no, or a maybe?
I say it's a maybe.
I'm gonna go maybe as well.
Yeah.
Pretty context dependent on the
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah. I think it just really depends on when you're doing it and why you're doing it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Number two is protein coffee, more specifically whey protein versus collagen protein, stacking it with your coffee first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
You and I differ on this one in regards to the approach we take with it.
Right now, so I'll preface what I do and you can say what you do. Lately, I've been making my own homemade almond milk and cashew milk. And then I've been using Pro Mix's vanilla whey protein. And I
Solid
mix,
brand.
it is, it's really good. And it blends like really well. You don't even like know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take some sort of milk and then I put my protein serving in and I whip it all up. And then I put my coffee in and put it over ice. So I'm drinking like an iced vanilla protein coffee. And one, it's an easy way for me to ensure I'm getting like 30 grams of protein in for the day, but also it's adding flavor to my coffee without having to use a bunch of additives and syrups and other things. So I think that's another way to think about it too, is I'm getting flavored coffee without the extra stuff.
Yeah.
But you do
Hot coffee
and
collagen.
even in 90, 100-degree weather, you're
I'm
drinking
just a hot coffee guy. I've tried the cold coffees and the cold brews or iced coffees and cold brews, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't tickle my fancy. I need like a nice hot coffee to get me going
Yeah.
and keep me going. I do collagen in mine. I've tried whey before,
But with
but
hot
whey
coffee,
with
it
hot
just
coffee,
doesn't
it
taste
just
the same.
doesn't, it doesn't hit. I think it is important to distinguish the difference between collagen and whey protein. Collagen is going to be more of the hair, skin, nail, bone, joint health supplementation, but it is not a complete protein
Mm-hmm.
like a whey protein, which means that it doesn't have an amino acid profile, a full amino acid profile. So you're not going to get the muscle building effects from a collagen that you would by doing a whey protein.
Yeah.
So it's important to understand which one you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
But both of them are easy ways to get protein in earlier in the day or get some good nutrients in outside
Yeah.
of that.
So I'm a yes on protein coffee because I've been doing it daily all summer
Yeah.
and I like it.
Same
Yeah.
here. Once again, I think it's just important to distinguish the difference between am I doing collagen and am I doing whey and what are my goals and do I understand what I'm getting from each one because they're just not the same.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Up next.
Peptides versus GLP-1s.
Ooh, this is a big one.
Yeah, this is a hot topic, obviously.
Yeah, both great tools. Let's start with that. We
Yeah.
are not on the anti-peptide or anti-GLP-1 train. Both are great tools. And like anything we've talked about and all of these trends, they're tools in the toolbox. Whether
Yeah.
they're the best tools for the right situation or not is what we'll dive into here with these two specifically. So I think it's important to start with really just what are the difference between GLP-1s versus peptides.
Like, why would somebody be doing a peptide? What's a simple explanation of what a peptide's going to do for you? I guess
So-
there's a lot of different kinds of peptides,
Yeah,
so
and I
that's
think
kind
that's
of
what we'll get
general
into.
too,
So-
but
Peptides are amino acid chains that signal recovery, fat burning, growth hormone. They are basically things that help support the work you're doing.
Yeah.
Your body already naturally produces these peptides. You supplement them or take them in strategic
doses and
doses and within medically intervened programs. Now,
Yeah.
that's a big thing with peptides is the quality of where you're getting them
yeah.
is crucial. Obviously, compounded pharmacies versus doing it through a medically supervised program
Mm-hmm.
versus getting it on the black market. There's accessibility to these things all over the place. So it's important that your sourcing is crucial with peptides because, like supplements, the
Yeah.
regulations behind them and the sourcing is obviously a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then the GLP-1s.
Yep.
What are they doing?
More
You
on
know.
more of a prescription medication, right? The goal with the GLP-1 is to help reduce hunger and slow down digestion. They are great for weight loss. Obviously, like anything, it works better for some people than it does others. One of the big things with GLP-1s you hear people talk about is muscle mass loss and
Yeah.
even bone loss sometimes too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one thing that you have to really be careful with on GLP-1s. If you're not strength training and managing a high protein diet, you are running the risk of losing significant amount of muscle mass.
Yeah, which you and I have not done GLP-1s, but we know people who have,
Correct.
clients, members here, and it really does significantly impact their appetite. And
Yep.
so getting enough protein while you're on that has been proven to be really difficult for those
People already struggle
people.
to get enough protein
They
on a
struggle
regular basis.
already, and then getting enough when your appetite's already so down has been hard. So you
Yep.
have to be really strategic when you're on something like that.
Obviously, side effects, you can run into, common side effects being like nausea, fatigue. Long-term reliance is not good with these, like any of these tools, specifically with peptides and GLP-1s. Important to make sure that it's something that is done in like cycles, or I don't know what the term would be.
Yeah, and this brings
Short-term interventions.
yeah, this brings me back to when I was working in medically supervised
Yep.
weight loss, and we did use appetite suppressants with
Yep.
people,
Phentermine, I think, is what you guys used.
phendimetrazine and phentermine. Yeah.
Yep.
And so a lot of times people do become reliant on those because they don't, once they're not on it, they don't know how to manage their appetite and their hunger. And so this is what we preach and talk about all day here at Avexia, but making sure you're getting your habits in line and your portion control and your daily food choices. So when you are not on it anymore, you know how to manage where you want to stay. I think that's the
So these
hardest
two
part
both,
about being
another
on
one
this.
that would be a maybe.
I would say maybe.
Because it's so case dependent. You
Yeah.
can't say, hey, you should have a hard time losing weight. You should go get on a GLP-1 or
Yeah.
peptides. Or, hey, you want to build some more muscle mass, go get on peptides. Or, hey, you're a little bit suboptimal, go do hormone replacement therapy, which is a whole nother topic that it feels like it fits into this a little bit.
Totally. Yeah. Same
It's making
genre.
sure you have the data to make the change and that you've assessed the lifestyle habits necessary to see the progress you want before. Because I think the most common thing I've seen is people have resistance to seeing progress. But like we've talked about in previous episodes, they are not doing the basic things it takes to see progress.
Yeah.
So they jump straight to the easy pill or the injection or whatever it might be.
And it's different if you have been doing the basic things and you have some metabolic inefficiencies or stubborn
Or
body
weight loss
fat or
resistance or
weight loss
whatever it might be.
resistance, then these are tools in your toolbox to help you get going again if you need them.
Correct.
Yeah.
So another maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Mouth taping. I'm all about this one. I haven't shared this a whole lot because I think that I don't even know why.
Enough people on the internet share it.
Yeah, I don't know, right? I think everybody else has shared enough mouth tape for me, but I am someone who, if I fall asleep, I am probably going to end up with my mouth hanging wide open. I think
I
just
can
like
attest to
structurally.
this. I've seen it. It does happen. Your mouth is open when you're sleeping if you do not have mouth
I
tape
think
on.
part of that is like just certain structure. I don't know. I've been doing it for a couple years now. Honestly, I think it's been
I
two
mean,
years.
definitely a year.
I
Yeah.
think it's been almost 2 years. And I use hostage tape. Shout out to the brand, very well known one. And you just take the little thing, stick it over your mouth, tape it down. You're good to go. It's breathable. If I really had to, I could drink water through it if I needed to. But for me, it's about forcing nasal breathing. And I read a book called The Oxygen Advantage probably 5 years ago by
Hmm.
Patrick McCowan, I think is to say his name. And he talks about all the different benefits of nasal breathing and why it's so important and how that can affect everything from your bone structure in your face to your nervous system to your efficiency in training, your recovery, all kinds of different things. And I just know that not only mouth breathing, but the nasal strips too. Like I have a pretty
Yeah.
uh,
Just to open it
strong,
up and
yeah, a
allow
pretty
more
strong
air.
history of sinus issues. Intake breathing, the one that have the little magnets that go on your nose, that was one of the greatest gifts ever. You put it on and it like click, click, pulls your nostrils open. And every night, sleep hygiene kind of could be this whole topic. I end up having the
Yeah.
mouth tape, the nasal thing, the eye mask,
We do it up.
67-degree room and blackout curtains and all of it. But
Well, I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I do not mouth tape because I naturally already sleep with my mouth closed.
which I can
So
attest to. So I don't catch your mouth
I
open
don't need to
snoring very
spend money
often.
on a mouth tape if I naturally already sleep with my mouth closed and breathe through my nose. I actually can't sleep when my mouth is open. Like if I do have a stuffy nose or something, I have a hard time sleeping because my mouth is open. So if you're like me and you already sleep with your mouth closed, don't waste your money on mouth tape. You don't need it.
Yeah, don't do it if you don't need it. But
I know, but it's so hype right now. Everybody's like, get mouth tape, sleep with this. And I'm like, but if you already sleep with your mouth closed, like you don't need it. So don't waste your money on it. So I'm going to go with a no for me personally because I don't need it. And I think it's a little overhyped if you are already doing it.
I'm going to go with a yes because it's been a game changer for me. But that's where those unique differences come
Yeah,
in.
totally.
Up next.
Continuous glucose monitors, CGMs.
Yeah.
So
We both had our own unique experiences with these as well.
yeah, you see people wearing them on the back of their
What's
arms.
that on your arm?
Yeah, what is that? And it's funny because you had one on not too long ago, and every time people are like, "What is that? What is that? What are you
Yeah, it
tracking?"
happened to be around the same time that we went back to see your family and some friends, and
Yeah,
it was hot outside, so I was wearing a tank top, and it's got this big black patch on my arm to cover it up, and everyone's like, "What's on your arm? Are you
yeah,
okay? What's wrong?"
yeah. Well, I mean, give a brief on, why somebody
Yeah,
would maybe track their glucose
so this is
using a
specifically for
monitor.
non-diabetics. Now, if you're
Yeah,
someone who's diabetic, it's a great, 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 really anybody, it's a great
yeah.
tool. You'll find that CGMs originally came around to help diabetics manage their blood sugar and be able to regulate and see. Because if I have a continuous glucose monitor, the idea is that I've got this little prick that I can stick on my arm, really easy to install. They typically last for about 14 days,
Mm-hmm.
and then you recycle out and put a new one on. And all of those have technology they sync with. So the ones I've specifically used was the Freestyle Libre monitor with
Mm-hmm.
the Levels Health app back in around like 2020-ish. It was around the pandemic.
Yeah.
I was working as an ambassador with UCAN, the performance supplement company, and they wanted me to showcase how their product worked. Great product, helps you stabilize blood sugar without the spike or the crash.
Mm-hmm.
But I also looked and used it kind of as a case study. What happens when I drink alcohol? What happens when I eat sweets? What happens with certain different types of foods? So
Well, and when you're training, your
when you're
glucose is going
training
to
too,
spike too. So
yeah,
just
and I
seeing
think
all the science behind it.
yeah, getting awareness, that's the biggest room for the tool. Most recently, I used Dexcom's Stilo because it syncs with Aura, and I
Mm-hmm.
have an Aura ring and have had that for several years. I just recently had recognized that Aura in the app said track your glucose, so I can measure in my sleep, my exercise, my strain, all those different things with the actual glucose there. What was cool about Aura's app is I can take a picture of the food and it uses AI to tell me what's in the meal.
Yeah.
And it will give me a general feedback around, hey, this is great. It's known to help stabilize blood sugar and give energy and it's nutrient dense.
Yeah.
Or, hey, this is not a great option. You're going to see a big spike with this, or you're likely to. What was really interesting to me about blood sugar monitoring and using a CGM is that there were some foods that you wouldn't have expected to spike that are like traditional healthy foods. One of them I remember being oats,
Yeah.
sweet potatoes. They're going to be higher glycemic index carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to manage blood sugar, you can start to see like, okay, well, if I pair those things with a fat and a fiber and a protein, I'm more likely to blunt that blood sugar spike. And ultimately, the goal is to stabilize blood sugar
Yeah.
and see how your lifestyle, your exercise, your sleep, your stress, your food impacts that. But just because you see a spike doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
If I go out and I do a really intense workout, my body needs fast energy, so it's going to dump glucose into my bloodstream, and you'll see a big spike there.
Yeah.
So it's also about how well you recover, how well you stabilize, but it's a great tool. I am
If
a
you,
big, big, big yes on this one. This is one I'm a very big fan of. If you're somebody who wants to dial it in and you already feel like you're making a lot of the right choices, this is a great way to go next level.
well, in my experience with a CGM was when I was pregnant, I did not want to drink the glucose drink that you have to drink at the 28, 26 week mark. And so I had asked my OB if I could put the CGM on and track my food and glucose levels for 2 weeks so they could just see how my body was responding to glucose on a longer term than just like one drink for 4 hours or whatever the whole
Hmm.
process is. And I liked that method. Granted, it was in a unique time. I was pregnant. Obviously, my body's going to respond to things a little bit differently, but that was the way that I used that tool was during pregnancy to track my glucose so I did not have to do the glucose drink. And they had more data to go off of and
Yeah,
actually see how my body's
explain the difference
responding.
between that and your first pregnancy when you did have to use the glucose drink. Like your
So,
feelings, why you made that choice. I think a lot of women don't recognize that when you go to your OB and you're going through all these pregnancy protocols,
yeah.
that you even have choices to do that.
Totally. And my first pregnancy, I actually didn't do the standard glucose drink that they gave you. I asked for alternative options and she told me white grape juice was another option. I had to drink 50 grams worth of sugar for it, which is what the glucose drink is that you get. But white grapefruit juice, that was like 12 ounces of drink. So I had to drink 12 ounces of an organic white grape juice to get the 50 and then 4 hours later do the test or whatever. So I still never actually did the traditional drink because I didn't want to, because it was filled with dyes and all kinds of other stuff that I was like, I wouldn't drink this normally. So why would you make me drink it during
Even the
pregnancy?
juice, I wouldn't drink that normally.
I wouldn't drink the juice normally, but at least it was like an organic, like somewhat natural juice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cool.
I would say it's a yes, because it's nice for you to see the data and figure out how your body's responding to certain things. Yeah.
Educational tool for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Up next is walking with weighted vests.
Yeah, this is a hot topic all over social media right now.
go
You
rucking.
see rucking. I see a lot of women 30 plus doing like weighted vest walks, hot girl walks, but they're adding
Hot girl walks.
but they're adding a weighted vest now, which great. Cool. If that's what gets you out and moving, then I don't see a problem with it. I know that some of the claims are it's going to support like bone density, and it's kind of like strength training and walking at the same time because you're just carrying more weight than you would with just your body weight. So I think that's a
Interesting.
positive thing.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to get it out while it's fresh. One of the interesting things I've recognized working with clients who are trying to lose weight over the years is that it's not uncommon to see someone who comes in with a significant amount of weight to lose that actually carries more muscle mass than you would think. And they're like, well, what if I've never really done all this before? I've never really strength trained before. But you've carried around a bunch of extra weight for a long time. So
Yeah.
your body is naturally going to have more muscle mass to support that extra workload that you're carrying around.
Yeah.
So reverse engineer that. If I want to build muscle mass, like I was carrying a bunch of extra weight, just strap a weight vest on.
Carry some extra weight while you're walking around. Yeah. Yep.
Now, on the other end of that, you want to be careful about joint load when you start to look at running with weighted vests.
Yeah.
Comfort Crisis, they talk about this in that book. One of the books we have here on the table, he talks about this in a section of that book where adding the extra weight while walking doesn't put an extra load on impact from the joints because of the pace and the intensity at which you are moving.
Yeah.
But if you start to put that extra force of running and extra weight on you, that can be a significantly increased amount of pressure on your joints. So I'm not a big fan of running with extra weight. I think that it's super hard on your joints. I think it's something that's not a great idea. You're better off, in my opinion, going for a run with no weight and just pushing the pace a little bit faster or pushing the distance a little bit more versus throwing a weight vest on to go run. Now, if you're specifically preparing for something that's completely different.
Yeah, for sure. If you're
But
training for a specific
walking
event.
with weighted vests,
Great.
I
Yeah.
think it's a yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a hell yeah, you need to go do this, but yeah,
But like if you want to, cool. Do
load it up.
Yeah.
Another thing to pay attention to on that one is posture. I think it's
Yeah.
important to make sure that you're not overdoing that. So maybe start with like 10 to 15% of your body weight.
Yeah.
You weigh 200 pounds, throw a 20 to 30 pound vest on.
Yeah.
You weigh 150, throw a 15-pound vest
I
on.
think they even say start with like 10 to 15 pounds in
Yep.
general, just to like see how you can handle that
Yep.
weight before going up. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Up next,
Mini workouts or movement snacks,
some would call this microdosing,
microdosing movement.
microdosing exercise.
Yeah.
This is a really good way to help break things up if you don't have time to get full traditional workouts in.
So what that is it's like short workouts, 10 to 20 minutes, and you do it like a couple times throughout the day. So let's say you don't have an hour all at once to get a workout in. You're busy at your job, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, and you're just like, I have 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here. How can you still get movement in and it be beneficial for you?
So many people get caught in the trap of thinking that if
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
have
have
an
an
hour to work out, then I'm not going to get anything productive done.
Yeah.
But if you have an hour throughout the day, which you can take 4 15-minute segments
Yep.
and do that when you wake up, before lunch, in the afternoon, before
Yeah.
bed, you can do those little micro-dosed efforts of exercise, and I think
Yeah.
that gets you the same thing. Now, obviously, the cumulative intensity or density in that one setting is different. It's not
Yeah.
going to be the same thing, but at least it's moving and getting something
movement.
done.
Yeah, I think it's still a great way to get some movement in. Yeah.
My favorite way to do this is for more corrective mobility types of things. So I have old injuries and do some corrective work and mobility stuff. And
Yeah.
you can do your joint mobility, or you can do your stretching or your corrective exercises or core work. Or if I'm really wanting to focus on building a bigger butt,
Yeah.
then I can do some booty work for 15 minutes and
Yeah.
really isolate that area. Or if I'm trying to improve my posture, my core strength, then I can do that, or my hip and shoulder mobility.
Yeah.
But you can just take 15 20-minute segments, do a little bit there, even as little as like 5 to 10
Do a
minutes.
couple little series or flows or
Yep.
whatever and just get it in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And frequency with exercise is every bit as important as intensity. I would rather encourage a client to do micro dose exercise, even if it's 30-minute, 20-minute workouts more often. So
Yeah.
maybe 5 to 6 days a week versus doing 3 hour-and-a-half long workouts.
Yeah.
Because the more you expose yourself to it, the more frequent you expose yourself to it, the more likely your body's going to make that adaptation.
And that just increases your movement throughout the day in
Yep.
general too, right? If you catch yourself sitting for 8 hours, it's like,
Walks, quick
yeah.
walks is a big one too.
Yeah. So that's a yes.
That's a yes for me as well.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
a
I'm all
yes.
about it.
Creatine, is it for everyone or is it just for meatheads?
It's for everyone. And I think that a lot of people are coming to realize it's another hot topic all over social media right now is creatine everywhere and it's for everyone. I've even seen them talk about it for kids and stuff, obviously with appropriate doses and stuff.
Yeah,
But
and there's more and more studies coming out about the
yeah,
benefits beyond muscle building as well.
totally. Yeah.
I've seen a lot about sleep deprivation. So you're talking about normal recommended doses around 5 grams.
Yeah.
I would expect that to probably get pushed to 10 to 15 grams over the next couple of years as
Yeah.
these studies keep coming out.
Yep.
I do probably closer to 15-ish grams.
I'd probably a heaping scoop. 5 would be a scoop, and I do like a heaping scoop.
Yeah, I do
So
2 heaping scoops usually.
yeah.
So with that in mind, they say that bigger doses after a restless night of sleep is great for improving cognitive benefits on a deprived sleep state.
Yeah.
But also I know there's a lot around, just brain function and health in general. The thing with creatine is people talk about like water retention.
Yeah. A lot of people
And
say that they
bloating.
get bloated when they're taking it, so they don't like taking it.
I think the biggest thing to pay attention to on that is how big is your dose?
Yeah.
So play around with different dosing because what works for me is not going to be the same thing that works for you. So maybe start with the 5 grams and then work your way up from there and see how it goes.
Yep.
If you're taking it on an empty stomach or if your hydration status is off,
Yeah.
that can play a role too. So if you don't have enough electrolytes or enough water,
Yeah.
or if you're not doing high quality creatine, you want creatine monohydrate,
Yeah.
make sure it's the good stuff.
And that's another thing about just the supplement industry in general right now is you can get, I'm not knocking on Amazon, but like you can get a lot of supplements on Amazon. And I've even seen the actual brand versus an Amazon knockoff brand of the same thing with the label looking just a little bit different. It's like, make sure you're buying your supplements from a quality source, third party tested, GMP stamped. Make sure you're doing your due diligence and getting quality and not just what you find at the store quickly or what you can find on Amazon for cheap.
Correct.
Creatine's pretty cheap already, so also get it from a quality place.
Yeah, it's not hard
Yeah,
to justify the extra $5 to $10 it's going to cost you to get
Yeah.
it from a quality source.
absolutely.
So I think a good rule of thumb is just like we said, starting with low dosage, making sure that you're getting a high quality version
Yeah,
and that you're pairing it with food and staying
water.
hydrated.
Yeah, yep.
But I'm going to say yes on creatine because it's
I'll say
something,
yes on creatine. Yeah,
something that we do pretty
Yeah.
consistently.
we're all about it.
And I notice a huge difference in my strength when I'm consistently on it. My strength, my endurance, energy, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yep.
Cool. Up next, we have red light, infrared sauna, and chromotherapy. So a couple of different things here. Sauna and red light therapy can be used separately. They can be used together. Chromotherapy kind of in that mix too. So really, let's get clear about what the difference in those different things are.
Yeah, so red light therapy is visible red light and near infrared light. So those are the panels that you see people standing in front of that are emitting bright red lights.
Mhm.
The face masks for the skin that, people are wearing. The difference between red light and the infrared saunas or the infrared lights.
Yeah, so in the infrared sauna, you're going to get mid and far infrared light. So when you look at the difference between those, like the visible red, the near infrared light, that's going to be better for stimulating cellular energy or ATP.
Mm-hmm.
It'll help with recovery, skin, sleep,
Yeah.
all of those different things where more of the mid and far infrared is going to help with detoxification, circulation,
Yep.
some of those other benefits that go along with that side of it.
Yep.
If you we have a sunlight and sauna that does near, mid, and far infrared. And it has the chromotherapy. So chromotherapy is more like mood lighting. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily a therapeutic thing.
Yeah.
If you're into chakras and balancing and moods and
Yeah,
energy,
exactly.
that's where it's going to tap into those things.
Yep.
But there's no therapeutic benefit of the
The
chromotherapy.
light. Yeah.
At home, we use a red light panel.
Yeah. Well, we have one.
Yep. We we have one. We should use it more.
We talked about this the other day. The problem with the one that we have at home is we just don't have like a spot where we can keep it set up and use it regularly because we have 2 young kids and we just don't have it like out and about. So we need to find a spot in our home where we can like, this is where we do our red light therapy
Yeah,
sessions.
create the environment.
Yeah,
create
we
the
need to
space.
find a space to set it up at. I think we would use it more.
Great tool, but it's something that, obviously you want to make sure you're going to use if you're going to make the investment.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a yes because all these things are so great for just your overall health and optimization, but it's more about the consistency of using it for most people. So I guess maybe it would be like a yes and a maybe. I know it's kind of cheating picking 2 answers, but
You could do what you want.
it's a maybe because if you're not doing it consistently, then you're not gonna see as much of the benefit from it. So consistency is a crucial part of seeing the benefits from doing these things.
Especially with just the specific red light therapy.
Yeah, you have to have that on your skin. And if
Where like the sauna, if you go do that once,
you're going to sweat and you'll detox a little bit, the more you do it, the more benefit you're going to get from it, though.
correct.
Same thing with the red light. The more you do it, the more consistent you are, the more benefit you're actually going to see come from it
So I'm going to say yes on sauna and maybe on red light only.
if you can be consistent with it.
Yeah. Just because I think that while both are better when done consistently, I think there are benefits of just doing the sauna
Yeah.
on an inconsistent basis. Like, hey, I
Yeah.
really feel kind of bogged down. I need to sweat it out. I
Yeah.
detox for a bit, or
Yeah.
I drank too much last night, or
Yeah.
whatever it might be. Versus the red light, I think the more consistent exposure, that's going to be where you get most of the benefits.
Yeah. So if you can't be consistent with it, then I'm
Don't-
not saying
not necessarily-
one session's not going to do anything for you, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
like taking a multivitamin for a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Yeah.
might help, but it's
Yeah.
not really going to be the best bang for your buck.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Smart devices.
Smart
I got a
devices.
couple of them on. I have an Oura ring. I have a Garmin watch.
I have a Garmin watch.
I've never used the Whoop band before.
Yeah.
I am very familiar. I have lots of friends who have used the Whoop bands. I think the biggest thing on those for me is like I can't wear a watch to sleep.
Yeah.
And sleep tracking is one of the benefits of wearable technology.
Yeah.
Which is why I went with the Oura ring, because I can replace that and have my wedding band and
Yeah, it's multi-purpose for you.
and my device all in one unit.
Yeah.
I really like the Oura ring. I'm a big fan of it because of the data it gives me. I think that with wearable technology, you have to be a little bit cautious about how much energy you give what it tells you. You see people saying like, oh, I woke up and my strain was this. I'm not going to do something today. So I've tried to trick my brain that if I know I have a workout I need to get done or a training session or a big day, and maybe I'm not sure if I got good quality sleep or not the night before, I won't even look at it until later in the day after I'm done with the things I need to get done, because I don't want that psychology. I'm a very analytical person,
Yeah.
as you know.
Yeah.
That psychology being like, oh, I'm only a 70 today. And then all of a sudden I tell myself I'm going to be a 70 in everything I do that day,
Yeah.
versus waking up and just going about my day and being in tune with my body. So while wearable devices are absolutely amazing, you can track everything from your exercise, and that's with heart rate, distance, strain, HRV, all these different things, to sleep and recovery. And I know you even have features on your Garmin watch about that like sync up with your cycle and
Yeah.
things like that too.
Yeah. And so I do like that. I use my Garmin watch to track my running,
Mhm.
and that's pretty much it. I would never remember
Steps.
and steps. I never remember to start it for a strength workout ever.
Yeah.
And I don't wear an Oura ring because I don't care about what it tells me.
I would
I'm not as
argue that
analytical and
you are not.
data
I would
driven as
also
you
argue
are.
based on conversations that we've had, that because you've
The reason why I don't want to wear an Oura ring right now, and probably I have no desire to anymore after this, but I am still waking up at night. We have young children at home. I'm not getting consistent straight sleep. So I know my sleep scores are going to be trash. I don't need a ring to tell me that. I can wake up and I know how I feel, and it's not 100%. So why would I need technology to tell me that I don't feel 100% when like I already know? I'm pretty in tune with my body. I know when I feel good and when I don't feel good. And so I think it is useless for me personally. So I don't wear an Aura ring because I don't see that it's
So
going to.
that's a hard no on the aura
That's a
ring for
hard no
Brittany.
on the Aura ring for me. I've like for years, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to get it. And I'm like, you know what? It's not going to tell me anything different right now in my life
Yeah.
that I don't already know. I wear my Garmin for tracking like my runs, my, pace and distance and my steps and things like that. But that's pretty much all I use it for. I don't track my
And
like,
a day-to-day watch, obviously.
and to look at what time it is throughout the day.
Yeah.
I don't even have my text messages don't even come through. Like
Yeah.
I use it as minimally as possible.
Yep.
I'm not as data driven as you are. I know there's some things that I am interested in, but a lot of things I'm just like, okay, whatever.
I just love seeing the data.
Yeah. So
And
we're a little different there.
that's obviously where our personality differences
Yeah. So
come
some
to play.
smart technologies or smart watches, I'm saying yes. I'm going to say maybe because I like my Garmin for certain things, but I don't care about all the other stuff. So
Yeah, and think patterns over perfection on these.
yeah.
It's going to be really easy to get obsessed about the data, especially if you're someone who is analytically minded.
Yeah.
Be careful about letting it tell you how you feel.
Yeah. You need to learn how to be in tune with your body and how you feel too.
100%.
Don't let the data just tell you and then you go about your day like you said. Well, my watch told me I was a 70% today, so I'm going to act like I'm 70%
I'm going to go off
today.
on a little bit of a side tangent on this. I think this is something that is another topic that we could obviously get way further into, but we have time to discuss now. With the increasing rate of growth in technology and AI, I feel like even I'm guilty of this. We're both guilty of it, of outsourcing our thought and feeling process to something else to do the work for us.
Yeah.
I think that will become even more of a challenge as technology and AI continue to evolve to where people aren't going to think or feel or analyze things for themselves.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm guilty of that some as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's increasingly important to make sure that we're using all of these different types of technology, whether it's a new AI tool, whether it's a Whoop, an Aura, a Garmin, any Apple
Yeah.
Health, whatever it is, making sure that we're using them as things to help guide us and support us, not tell us the facts of the situation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're human and we are not a machine, and the body and the mind and this whole system is super complex. So to completely outsource that and look at it only with data is kind of missing the human element of it.
Yeah. Which is where we have to find that balance as technology progresses.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So we'll go back through and we'll do a really quick
Yes, no, maybe on
yes,
all
no,
the
maybe on
topics.
all of them. So number one, cold plunges and contrast therapy.
Contrast therapy, yes. Cold plunges, maybe.
Same. Protein coffee, whey or collagen or either.
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Peptides versus GLP-1s.
I say maybe.
I'm a maybe on both of these as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you're doing the lifestyle things because they are tools to help progress the process, not replace it.
Yep.
Mouth taping.
No.
Yes. I'm going to add in, if you're somebody who has nasal issues, check out intake breathing. I'm not affiliated, but it's an awesome tool.
Yeah.
Also, other topics on, or other things, hacks on sleep hygiene. Eye masks, great quality ones would be helpful. Blackout curtains,
cold room. Yeah.
One we didn't talk about, white noise.
Yeah,
Yes.
we didn't talk about white noise. I say absolutely not.
Yeah,
This is ruining our quick go through, but
it's all right.
white noise is I absolutely hate white noise, and I know that's not a common thing. I know a lot of people like white noise.
I
don't
hate
know.
that you hate white noise.
I don't know if it's because I grew up not having white noise, so now when I have white noise, it's just like an annoyance. I cannot stand it. We have had to compromise because Nick wants like 5 white noise fan machines on in the room at night, and I want 0. And
Put me on
so
blast here.
we've had to find a balance of where he gets a little bit and I have to sleep with a pillow over my head because I don't want the noise. It's tough.
Yeah.
Marrying somebody who check with your spouse and your partners before you guys get married.
before you
See
pop
if
the
you're on the
questions,
same
see if you're on
page
the
with
same
white
page about
noise
white
in the
noise.
bedroom.
Well, I screwed myself on depth there, so
Yeah.
we'll move on from
Sorry
that one.
about that.
CGMs, yes,
Yes.
I'm with it. Walking with weighted vests.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. I say maybe if you want. Maybe that's a maybe if you want to.
I'm going to go maybe
I'm like,
on that
yeah,
one as well.
it's like, it's great, but you don't have to do it, you know?
Yeah,
There's other ways to increase your bone density, you know?
For sure. Pick up some weights somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
Mini workouts, movement snacks, or microdosing
Yeah.
exercise.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep, all about it.
Creatine for everyone?
Yes.
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 Red light therapy.
I say yes if you can be consistent with it, because especially anti-aging, wrinkles, skin, let's say you have skin issues, putting it on your skin is super beneficial, but it's a matter of consistency. So if you can be consistent, yes.
I'm going to agree with that. And then I'm going to say yes for sure on the sauna.
Yes on the sauna. Yep.
Yep.
Smart devices.
I think it depends on the one.
It depends on which one you're talking about.
A smart watch, like a Garmin or an Apple Watch or a
Whoop or whatever.
in a
Or
different
like an Aura
category.
ring.
Yeah. Or I'm thinking about like the Android versions, Samsung
Nobody
or
cares
whatever.
about the Android versions.
We are both iPhone users
And Apple users.
and Apple users. I was converted early in our relationship. I used to be a Samsung Galaxy guy.
Yeah. But we're iPhone people now.
Yep.
So I don't know what the Google, Android, Samsung versions of any of this stuff is. I guess Fitbits and stuff. Yeah.
Fitbit,
Yeah.
that would be another one that I
Yeah.
think. The watches, yes. Aura ring, HRV tracking.
I say maybe if you like
Whoop
it and you
bands.
want to do it, cool. If you don't, don't.
I think it's probably a maybe as well.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
yes for me, but a maybe for others.
Yeah.
Well, cool. If you liked some of these different topics, or we have other topics you'd like to hear, we love sitting here and chatting through our opinion and our experience using these things.
Yeah.
Once again, we've been working within all these different types of trends and hacks and testing and trying them on our own for well over a decade, and have helped literally thousands of other people with their own decisions on how to navigate these things. So we've encouraged this before, but if you have specific topics you'd like us to break down or dive into a little bit deeper, please feel free to reach out and let us know.
Yeah. We'd love to hear.
Awesome. Well, until next time, we will catch you then.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you liked what you heard and want to hear more, you can follow us on social media and tune in anywhere you listen to podcasts.